U.S. begins deployment of THAAD missile system in South Korea. The U.S. has begun shipping the THAAD anti-missile system to South Korea amid fierce opposition from China. THAAD stands for Terminal High Altitude Area Defense. It consists of a truck-mounted launcher, a transportable radar system and control, as well as communication centers. The system is designed to shoot down short, medium, and intermediate-range ballistic missiles. When the radar system detects an incoming missile, the target is identified and engaged before an interceptor is fired from the launcher. The interceptor destroys the missile by kinetic energy, which means it is destroyed with body-to-body impact during the terminal phase. Military experts argue that China's anger over the deployment is mainly due to the radar capabilities of the THAAD system, as they could be used to spy on Chinese missile systems. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Want more info on how the U.S. got mixed up in all this? Keep watching. North Korea deploys 4 missiles. North Korea has fired 4 ballistic missiles toward Japan, with some landing as close as 300 kilometers from Japan's northwest coast. North Korea launched missiles from a location near the border with China on Monday. U.S. officials said the missiles were intermediate range. 4 missiles in total were launched, and 3 of them landed in Japan's exclusive economic zone in the Sea of Japan. North Korea state media news agency KCNA said the country's leader Kim Jong-un supervised the launches.
North Korea threatens nuclear strike of justice against U.S. The U.S. and South Korea will begin their largest ever joint military drills on Monday. In response, North Korea has threatened to launch a preemptive nuclear strike of justice. Tensions on the Korean peninsula have been growing since North Korea tested a nuclear device in January, followed by a rocket launch. This year's U.S.-South Korea annual military drill will be twice the size of last year, involving more than 300,000 South Korean soldiers and 15,000 U.S. troops. The annual exercises are intended to warn North Korea against its provocations, while the North considers them a rehearsal for invasion. In response to this year's military drills, North Korea claims they have state-of-the-art weapons that can bombard the U.S. in any way they want and anywhere they want.
U.S. deploys B-52 bomber over South Korea after North Korea's nuclear test. The United States deployed a B-52 bomber over South Korea on Sunday in a show of force after North Korea allegedly carried out a nuclear test last week. A U.S. B-52 bomber capable of carrying nuclear weapons based in Guam was deployed to Onsan on Sunday. The city is south of Seoul and about 62 miles from the North Korean border. The bomber, flanked by a U.S. F-16 fighter jet and a South Korean F-15 fighter jet, flew low over Onsan Air Base before returning to Guam. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un said the nuclear test was a self-defensive step against the U.S. threat of nuclear war, and no one had the right to criticize it.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. North Korea fires 2 missiles in protest at U.S.-South Korea drill. North Korea fired 2 short-range missiles into the sea on Monday in possible protest at the annual South Korea-U.S. military drill, which it says is provocative and pushes the 2 Koreas toward war. The 2 short-range missiles were fired from the western city of Nampo on Monday, according to the South Korean military. The missiles traveled around 500 kilometers before falling into the sea off the eastern coast. The missile test was conducted as the annual South Korea-United States joint military exercise began. North Korea has escalated its rhetoric and said South Korea and the United States should be dealt with only by merciless strikes.